The girl married a husband with autism. The wealthy mother-in-law said she would reward $100,000 if she could make her husband speak one word. For this, the girl grabbed a hammer and launched a home invasion-style romance. Unaware, her husband was still immersed in making butterfly specimens. When he heard no shouting from the girl outside the door, he thought she had left. But the next second, he saw the girl burst in holding a hammer. She threatened the CEO with the hammer and demanded he marry her immediately. At that moment, the husband finally understood why his mother paid a high salary to hire the girl. Their family owned billions in assets. But the old lady's two sons had no interest in inheriting the family business. The eldest had autism and never communicated with others. The second was reckless and loved freedom, never staying at home. Seeing that the two brothers were still unmarried at their age, the old lady worried and searched for high-paying daughters-in-law. The only requirement was that they must be tough. But the two daughters-in-law she interviewed yesterday were tortured to the point of leaving crying. Just as the old lady was troubled, she saw two sisters performing nearby. The elder sister was skilled and fierce with few words, while the younger sister was eloquent and knew how to handle things. Their coordination made the atmosphere lively. But the stingy boss refused to pay when it was time to settle the bill. The elder sister was so angry she almost attacked, scaring the boss to the ground. In the end, the younger sister stopped her. After all, they were orphans with no one to rely on. This was an opportunity to earn money to improve the orphanage. As they sat by the street feeling lost, the old lady appeared before them. She said they could get generous rewards if they became her daughters-in-law. They would wake up every day in a 500-square-meter mansion, with free driver and maid services. The tempting offer made the sisters eager and they agreed immediately. Next, they only needed to make the two young masters approve to start their job. As they spoke, the two young masters came downstairs. The younger sister immediately liked the calm and handsome eldest young master. The elder sister, on the other hand, preferred the free-spirited second young master. But when the younger sister saw the cold gaze from the eldest, she hesitated. She pulled her sister and was about to leave. Seeing the daughter-in-law slip away, the old lady raised the stakes. She said if they could make the eldest speak one word, and keep the second at home for a day without causing trouble, she would reward each of them with $100,000. Hearing this, the sisters immediately stopped in their tracks. For the sake of the children at the orphanage being well fed, they decisively agreed. But the two brothers seemed very displeased. The second young master, to scare them, showed off his strength. But the next second, he was suppressed by the elder sister. The younger sister then began her attack on the eldest young master. However, no matter how much she chattered, he refused to speak. But the girl was determined to confront him. The old lady saw their actions and smiled with satisfaction. It seemed her sons were about to face trouble. Moments later, the second young master launched a counterattack. He brought his gang to challenge the elder sister. But she was not intimidated and armed herself with a baseball bat. She warned that with her around, the second young master couldn't go anywhere. But the second young master stubbornly pointed at her, threatening her. The sister, seeing this, said she would count to 3. If the second young master didn't back down, he shouldn't blame her for being rude. Just as she was about to act, the second young master dodged and suggested a different way to decide. He said if she could win with an electric guitar, he would agree to marry her. The old lady, secretly watching upstairs, felt uneasy, because the second son had studied music for 15 years. She feared the elder sister, who hadn't even touched an instrument at the orphanage, was no match for him. Meanwhile, the eldest young master resisted in his own way. He locked himself in a dim room, not allowing the younger sister to approach him. But the girl persisted, calling out to him from outside. At the same time, the elder sister accepted the second young master's challenge. Under everyone's amazed gaze, she performed an impressive display of skills. The second young master was captivated by her dazzling presence. This was a feeling he had never experienced. Being a man of his word, he agreed to marry her right then. This made the old lady upstairs very happy. Now they just needed to handle the eldest son, and the family would have double happiness. At this moment, the younger sister barged in holding a hammer. She quickly pulled open the curtains to let the sunlight in. Looking at the butterfly specimen the eldest young master made, she praised it as beautiful. She mentioned how she used to catch butterflies behind the orphanage with her sister. But the eldest young master stood up, pointing to the door, signaling her to leave. The younger sister ignored him and continued talking. She said live butterflies looked much better than the pinned ones. The eldest young master's lively appearance would definitely be more handsome than now. She then grabbed the earphones from his ears and found there was no sound. She thought to herself that marrying someone so dull would definitely make her unhappy. But seeing his good looks, she decided it was still worth it. At that moment, she noticed the rabbit at his feet. She realized the eldest young master kept a pet. Surprised, she asked if it was meant to be a specimen. Just when the eldest thought she was pretending to be kind, the girl quickly changed her tone, suggesting it would be better to turn it into a dish to eat. Panicked, the eldest young master immediately snatched the rabbit away. He asked if she had a problem, and that was when the girl seized the opportunity and said he spoke. That meant she would get the $100,000 immediately. Excited, the girl started dancing with joy, but the eldest young master denied it and told her to leave his room immediately. He also said he was allergic to girls like her. Hearing this, the younger sister got energized. She moved closer to the eldest young master, saying if she didn't make him allergic by touching her, then they would have to get married. Before he could react, she pushed him down and sat on him. Then she rubbed his face with her hands. To her surprise, the eldest young master didn't have any allergic reaction. This made the old lady outside thrilled. Now, her two sons finally had good wives.